Hey girls, and welcome back to Nicolette's Shapewear. My name is Millie, your host for today, and we are talking about all things shapewear, and today is a very exciting topic, and this one is for our mommies. Now, if you're here, then you're probably wondering how to lose and really target that lower belly fat, that belly pouch right here. I do have it like right here, and it's really hard to get rid of. Now, it's very normal for every woman, mother or not, to have the lower tummy area as a problem area because that's usually where we store most of our fats as women. I did compile 10 top tips for you to really target that area and really burn the fat out of that area and get a nice flat stomach. Okay, so the first one is really tough for most of us, especially if you're a lover of sugar, sodas, candy, chocolate, like myself. The first thing that you have to do is really just try to cut that out or lower the amounts that you take. So if you're drinking soda every day and you're having a chocolate for dessert, every single day, that's definitely something that you need to try to cut down on. You can definitely have your sweets here and there, but try to avoid having it every single day because that'll also create a habit. Now, if you have a habit of eating chocolate and drinking soda every single day, that will actually go straight to your lower belly area because the sugar, too much sugar will eventually turn into fat because you're not really burning it, you're not really building muscle with it. It's kind of just gonna turn into fat and ultimately ends up in your lower tummy area. So that actually goes on to my next point, and that is chug your water. Now, I mentioned this in my previous videos, and basically your 130 pounds, 130 divided by 2 is 65, and you should be drinking 65 ounces of water a day. Now, this is actually really simple to achieve, and all you have to do is get one of those big gallons or those 60-ounce cups from Amazon or your Walmart, and just make sure that you fill that up, and then by the end of the day, make sure that if you haven't drunk it all already, just make sure you check that water and get as much water as you need, because water, it will actually flush out all the toxins in your system, and you will end up peeing out the fat or sweating out the fat, but you do need water to really cleanse your system and get rid of that excess weight. Next tip is eat your fiber. Now, fiber can be found in multiple things. I actually have a list here that are foods that have a lot of fiber. That is broccoli, oatmeal, spaghetti, whole wheat spaghetti, chia, lima beans, raspberries, avocados, artichokes, pecans, like the nut, black beans, almonds, and lentils. There are also fiber protein bars that you can purchase to work really good as well, but just make sure that the fiber bars that you're taking doesn't have too many grams of sugar, so keep an eye out for that. Essentially, what fiber does, it boosts your metabolism, therefore you are able to go more regularly to the bathroom. Without fiber, if you have a slow digestive system, then your food is just lurking around your stomach for a long time, and when your metabolism is actually faster, you end up burning more energy, and burning energy actually causes you to burn more calories, and that's what you want when you're trying to lose the extra fat from your stomach, from your arm. If you have time to go to the gym, a lot of moms like to do Zumba, they like to do hip hop or dance classes, Pilates or yoga. That also works really well. You have your traditional methods such as jogging and running, the treadmill and bicycling, and those are really great ways to just get your heart racing, and not only will you burn the extra fat, but you're also exercising, getting stronger for your breathing and getting more endurance with it, and that's something all moms, I feel, need is endurance, especially if you have multiple kids. You're always running around every single day, and you're gonna need as much endurance as you can. So I really recommend about 20 to 30 minutes of cardio daily. A myth that is spread out across, if you search in how to target your lower belly, is that there are specific exercises to really target that fat. That is not true. You can't do just like the same set of exercises to try to burn your belly fat. That's just not the way it works. Like even if you do lower belly crunches or stuff like that, what you will do is exercise the abs in that area, but you're not going to be burning the fat in the area. So what you want to do is sporadic exercises. Now these are exercises like burpees, like mountain climbers, and stuff that really gets you moving, but you're also using your abs at the same time. So you want exercises that you're also doing cardio, but you're also toning your abs. Another really good one is kettlebell swing. So you're moving your entire body, or you're working your quads, you're working your glutes, and just as long as you're working really like major parts of your body that are muscular, you're burning calories. And that gives me to my next exercise that I highly recommend, which is weight training. Now, a lot of women think that because they lift weights, they're gonna get really muscular, manly physique, and that is not true. What you do when you actually lift weights is you're building muscle. Now, as long as you're not lifting extremely heavy, like 200 pounds, you're not gonna get like gigantic muscles, because that's just not the way women are built. What you're gonna do is just lean up and build your quads. Like, let's say you're doing squats on a Smith machine. That'll actually just lean up your quads, and the more muscular your quads and your glutes and your abs are, the more energy that you'll burn during the day without actually exercising. So I highly recommend using a little bit of weights during your workouts, just to really build muscle. The more muscle that you have, the more energy you will burn just sitting down. Okay, so say you lost a few extra inches in your tummy area and you're super happy about it. What do? Do more intense workouts to shed more pounds? No, I actually suggest that when you do burn a little bit of extra fat, you see yourself slowly slimming down, that you reward yourself. Rewarding yourself is very important, because if you're not taking a step back and recognizing your accomplishments throughout your workouts, then what is really your motivation to keep on going? So if you notice that last week you didn't drink as much soda, or you didn't drink any soda, or you drank your recommended water for that week, reward yourself, because you deserve it. Reward yourself with a cake, whatever you want. You could go get your nails done, but just recognize that these small accomplishments will slowly build up, and that you are making progress to be a better you. So reward yourself every step of the way. My next tip is actually getting your shapewear on. Having shapewear for moms is very essential, because when we have like that loose skin here and that loose fat, what a waist trainer would do, which is what I do recommend for moms who are postpartum, if you get the okay for your doctor to actually start wearing a waist trainer, it's actually what I recommend the most for moms, because it burns the extra fat here. What a waist trainer does for moms is you stand up straight, because when you're breastfeeding, you know, sometimes you hunch a little bit, and what it really does is tighten up all the loose skin. And as long as you're wearing it, especially if you pair it up with a gel or a wrap, it really does help tighten up your skin area here that may be loose after giving birth. So I do recommend two different types of waist trainer, one Powernet and one Latex waist trainer. The difference is the Powernet is something that you could wear daily. It's not as tight and restricting as the Latex, which is really like which is extremely tight. It is made out of latex and spandex, and it does do the stronger job. Like when you take it off, you'll feel that you sweated a lot that day. But when you decide that this may be like too much for your daily activities, this is just something that you want to wear during cardio just to burn the extra fat, you can switch on over to the Powernet waist trainer, which is more comfortable, it's more flexible and stretchy. Now I'm gonna leave a link to one of my videos below of me actually trying all of the postpartum shapewear on, just so you can see how it looks on. My next tip is taking before and after pictures. It's really hard just to look at the mirror every single week and try to notice the differences. When you take weekly photos, then you actually have something to do a side by side too, and you will see more results. It's really hard just to look in the mirror and notice like you lost an inch or two in your waist, you lost a little bit of fat here, but having them side by side just to refer to every single week is extremely helpful in keeping up with your progress and just how far you've come. That brings me to my next point, is keeping a detailed journal of your weight loss goals, how far you've come. Write down how many pounds you lost that week and write down what exactly you're doing. So just in case you lose track in the future, you have something to refer back to that you know worked for you. So if you lose track and you forgot what you ate, you forgot what exercises you were doing to lose that weight, you have something to look at, and you'll also have something to refer to weekly to see if that plan worked for you or not, or do you need to modify it. So write down a detailed plan in a book, or I actually suggest a few apps that you can use. One is, by the way, this is not we're not affiliated with these apps in any way possible. I actually just researched some helpful apps that will help you keep track of your goals and your pounds and your inches lost. And you could also keep track of your meals. So the first app I recommend is MyFitnessPal. There's Fat Secret and Yizo. I guess I will also link them down below, so if you're interested in checking them out, the links will be below, as well as a blog that I wrote about losing your postpartum fat. I actually talk about these apps more in depth in that blog. So now that I gave you all these tips on what to eat, taking before and after pictures, what exact exercises that you can do, I want you to understand that all of this is a mental journey. So it's a long game. It's not just something that you do for a couple of weeks and then you lose the fat and then the next month you just go back to your old habits. Keeping a healthy life, especially as a mother, is very important for your well-being, your mental health, your confidence. And when you're a radiant mother, your kids will also benefit from this because you're feeling confident in yourself, and that will allow you to radiate more love to your children, to your family, to your husband, etc. So understand that having and keeping a healthy lifestyle is something that you want to plan to do for a long term. And just because 1 month you were not doing so great, just know that you can pick up right where you left off in the next month, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually wrote a full-length blog on all of the topics discussed today, and I will link it down in the description if you want to read more about what I talked about, if you want the links to the apps that I talked about, plus my recommendations for exercising to really target the lower belly. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!